This is Metaphiles 009. I am Zach Caffrey. This is Jason Ford. And we're the podcast that talks to you. It talks to you. Welcome, folks. For everybody who didn't just immediately click. Nope. I'll catch them next week.
If you're still here.
We're talking new metals all hour tonight. And frankly, it's more like all hour and a half because, full disclosure, we did record segment 1 in its entirety already, and I forgot to hit record. But
I did a backflip, and there would be video evidence, but it's gone.
Yeah. A backflip, but like not even the way that people are thinking. When I saw it, I thought...
Nobody's done a backflip like that before?
Yeah. It was kind of a new backflip.
NU. Backflip.
NU.
Yeah.
Anytime we say the word new this week, it's spelled NU with the umlaut.
Umlaut. Yeah.
All our new metal. Sorry, everyone. But before that, unfortunately... T-shirt update. I'm trying to learn the words, but I don't even know which words to be learning.
Japanese is a hard language to learn.
It's very hard. I still don't even know if that is what it is. But yeah. So I just this week I sent them a I figured out a way to put a picture right onto the website of a cigarette because we had the T-shirt that's a cigarette.
Just a picture.
Yeah. So I got this, and close up. It's kinda, but then also there is this gap, so I do think it might just be 2 boxes. I think that might be the Rust Pole box, and then just a second box.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. To maybe a stick of juicy fruit gum and then a chiclet. Piece of chiclet gum underneath it.
And is that a good shirt?
For all anybody else knows. I don't know, man. You know what we can do?
Yeah.
When we get the actual shirts from the factory, we can burn a hole through the top part with a lighter, so it looks like it's smoked, like it's a butt, like it's lit.
And then we could sell it for extra because it's like the distressed jeans.
Exactly. Then we're busted into a whole new market.
Yeah, and that distressed jeans not necessarily new metal fashion, but it's certainly very rock and roll.
Oh yeah, they sell distressed guitars.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
What's more rock and roll than buying a thing that somebody else tore a hole in? Nothing.
Sounds like my second wife. Ho! I'm not married.
Just try to listen to a vinyl record or a CD or a cassette tape that somebody didn't put a hole into it.
Yeah, it's just going to slide off the... Has anybody ever listened to new metal on a vinyl, by the way?
Oh.
It's like you got to listen to it on the vinyl. You get that the static, little pops and shit.
You just really haven't heard Durst's voice until you hear it on vinyl. Just the warmth. It has a warmth. Nookie just, it fills the room.
Let's get your ass raw.
So let's talk new metal. And we do need to start with the explanation of what new metal even is, because, as we will learn, brief candle new metal. We were in the exact right window for it.
We were fortunate enough to be born in the golden age.
Yes, that's right. You and I, in preparation for this episode, steady diet of new metal.
Saturated.
More probably than I ever listened to in my life, actually. Except that, again, being of the age, the golden age.
Couldn't get away from it.
It was everywhere.
Yeah.
And here's what it was. Nu metal is a subgenre of alternative metal that combines elements of metal, hip-hop, alt-rock, funk, industrial, and grunge. Sounds great. On paper. Nu metal rarely features guitar solos or other displays of technical competence. I thought it was funny that was in the... But it's true. That wasn't the point.
Wasn't the point.
Nu metal is heavily syncopated. It is based on guitar riffs and bass riffs, usually both played with heavily down-tuned strings. It often featured DJs to provide scratching, sampling, and electronic elements. Nu metal vocals included singing, rapping, screaming, and growling. And in one case...
Scatting? There's actually a line in the Korn song. It goes rum. It's like rum bum. So like it started rum bum. Like is the start of the line? Yeah. So just that's the shirt. I mean, I guess
rum bum. So that's what the people. That's what they'll tell you that nu metal is. But what really is it?
What's the Tootsie Roll center of the Tootsie Pop that is nu metal? It ain't pretty.
Well,
but that's the point.
Yeah. It's not for to be pretty. It's for to express things, but not really have to learn how to express them that much.
When I want to express my deep disdain for Canadian podcasters, I don't want to be thinking about, do I sound good when I'm flinging expletives and middle fingers at them?
Yeah.
No.
Or
I just fucking hate them.
Is perhaps an entire episode kind of staticky? Sorry, folks.
It's the thought that counts. It's that slappy, sloppy bass.
Yeah.
That's what counts. You know?
It is. That slappy bass. Give me it. Make it even slappier.
I like it.
When those strings are so loose, you hear them slopping, slicking around. I like it.
It does something to me deep inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You and I put ourselves on a heavy diet of nu metal this entire week in preparation. And I said to you at one point, off mic, that the nu metal sound, whatever it is, it's specific.
It is what it is. It does what it does.
And when it works, it works.
Yeah. One of my favorite aspects of, one of the redeemable aspects of nu metal is certainly that deep down low bass.
Absolutely.
For sure.
One of the non-redeeming aspects of it, its criticizers would say, is that it's kind of just music for angry white dudes who don't really have that much to say. But as we go through a list here of some of the most influential nu metal bands, I think you could say, okay, yeah, Limp Bizkit. They're just mad about what? Saliva.
Waking up.
Mad about what? But then you got a band like Korn.
Yeah.
Whose lyrical content, aside from is I am upset with myself.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Deftones, whose lyrical content seems to be we don't want to go to bed, but we are tired, but we're staying up all night. System of a Down. Their lyrical content is Why aren't politicians made out of plants? We're mad about it. Incubus. Theirs is, guys, are we allowed to be here? Can we be new metal? Are we, please? So let's go through the list, and we'll just talk about what we felt about these bands. The top 25 most influential new metal bands, according to our favorite, the internet. Alien Ant Farm.
Loved them.
Heard the hits.
And honestly, that's when it's kind of strange that they're new metal. I don't really think they were new metal. They don't seem new metal to me. Alien Ant Farm, they really don't. I don't think they have a whole lot of the markers, the characteristics. Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought of them as chuggers.
They don't ever. Well, yeah. Also, their singer never screams or anything.
Do they have
at least
a DJ who is sort of participating?
They don't have a DJ at all.
So, okay, Alien Ant Farm, you're out. Chevelle.
You're out. This is the mascot, by the way. Or the prop. New Michael.
I like New Michael. Chevelle.
Hated him. Hated them. Just like the most bland bullshit ever. They're so bland and boring.
Alright, so far one new metal band doesn't exist for us, and the other one we don't like. Puddle of Mud. Irrelevant to me.
Me too. Huh.
Now here we got a good one, though. Evanescence. Part of why I think we did want to do new metal is that it was our era of growing up, and I learned a lot about an aspect of my musical taste from new metal, and I can absolutely say that the first time I ever heard Evanescence, right away I thought, this is bullshit. That was made in a factory, and I ain't buying.
Yeah. I hated them because it's funny because, I just said Alien Ant Farm don't scream at all. And I still liked them, but I didn't think they were new metal. Evanescence, it was like heavy music.
Yeah.
With singing that was just like normal singing.
Yeah.
I hated that.
But then every once in a while you'd have the guy go, wake up!
Yeah.
And that made it new metal.
You had backup guys just, save me! You had shit like that. Mm-hmm. But, I don't know. I just didn't vibe. We were just talking earlier about how it's not about the methodology, it's about the Tootsie Roll center, the Tootsie Pop that is new metal, and Evanescence missed that completely. They were everything but that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So, hey, I mean, that's just me.
They were, in my research, I found that there was this strange thing where there's this little Venn diagrams where you got grunge.
Yeah.
Then you got something that was called post-grunge, which would be like your Creeds and your Nickelbacks and your Hoobastank.
Interesting.
And Evanescence was right in there, and it was like grunge for like however many years, and then post-grunge for like a little bit, and then new metal came. I was like, we're not ruining grunge that way. We're ruining grunge this other way. And the two would not have gotten along.
Certainly not.
After Evanescence, we got Incubus. I don't know. Never really paid that much attention.
Yeah.
Mushroom Head.
Yeah.
Could have been made up.
I like portobello mushrooms.
Me too. Saliva. Click, click, boom.
Yeah.
Probably.
Well, they just walked into the studio like, bro, this is going to be so good. Yeah. We're going to blow the studio up. They're not even going to be ready for this. Just hit record. Ready? Hit record? Okay.
And then at the end, fellas, no second take. It's a hit.
That was the first take that we've all heard on the radio 100 fucking times.
Mm-hmm.
Click, click, boom.
Finger 11 had a CD. Listened to it.
Do you think the 11th finger, they're referring to a phallus? Do you think?
I had never thought about it before.
Because we got 10 fingers, at least. I do.
Me too.
There's some fucking freaks out there. Probably got one extra.
Uh,
And I wish them the best. And I don't mean to be
there was an
disparaging.
X-Files episode where a girl had 11 fingers, and they were pretty sure, Mulder was pretty sure she was an angel, if I recall correctly.
You're joking.
No.
Because she had 11 fingers?
Yeah, well, I mean, there was a little bit more to it than that.
That's probably what they named their fucking band after. Is that X-Files episode.
Oh, maybe. Similar time frame. Godsmack. Heard 2 albums for sure.
Hated them so much.
Yeah, I'm not proud of it. But again, this was the time.
There were so many strange things about the aughts.
Mm-hmm.
The 2000s, especially the early 2000s. It was such a strange time.
Yeah, there was this one really weird thing that happened, like towards the end of 2001. Really weird.
It was like, whoa, what the hell? A comic book movie by Sam Raimi?
Yeah,
What?
yeah. And actually, you picked the perfect non-reference.
Yeah.
When I was a little boy, I was going to see some film, and a trailer comes on, and there's fellas, and they're robbing a bank, and they get in a helicopter. And they're flying the helicopter, and then all of a sudden the helicopter jerks back. Like it's outside of the helicopter, and it's being jerked back by this shimmery strand of something, and they're pulled back into a giant web, and there's gonna be a Spider-Man movie, and I'm so excited. And the helicopter was in the web, suspended between the Twin Towers. And then by the time that movie actually comes out,
They cut the whole
that scene was not in
out
it.
of the movie.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
They should have just kept it in.
Yeah. And when it happened, just click, click, boom.
Hey man, fuck it. Right now I'm dangerous.
Drowning pool. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the body. Whoa!
Let my buds hit the floor out of my ears once that starts playing songs. I just bat them.
Yeah.
Let my headphones hit the floor, so they're not on my ears anymore.
You
What
explained that well.
Thanks. What a stupid fucking song.
Yeah. And one that at the time we thought, I'm going to have to hear this for the rest of my life. But no.
Well, also, who is keeping the bodies from hitting the floor?
Oh.
And who are they talking to? Hey, chill out. Let the bodies hit the floor. It's okay.
Next up, Machine Head. Don't know.
Fuck them too.
Next up, POD.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. So, I was a good Christian boy, and they didn't curse, and they didn't talk about fornication.
Yeah.
But the important thing was that I was not committing a sin by listening to them, so I liked them a lot. POD Satellite was like the first CD I ever bought.
Satellite. That one?
It's like I'm listening to it for the first time all over again.
No, I was doing Dave Matthews, actually.
What? Hey,
Not.
that's an interesting early 2000s
Very.
vinegar to the oil of nu metal,
Certainly.
right?
Yeah,
Strange.
you got post-grunge, you got new metal, and then somewhere over here you got...
Dave
Every dog has its day. Every day has its way of being forgotten. What would you do?
I hope there's still people listening after that.
I think a lot of people probably turned off, and then their friend was like, no, they talk about Dave Matthews too, and they came right back.
Remember college? We used to love. Again, early 2000s, strange time. Nobody knew what the fuck they were doing. It was just shit was flying everywhere, just boom, just
Everywhere.
bouncing
Just
off
flying
the walls.
everywhere, getting pulled into a web between the Twin Towers. Next up, Static X.
Good band.
Never listened to a bunch, but every time I hear them, I'm like, this is cool. Including in my research this week, I was like, yeah, they're all right. Their lyrical content is, we're robots. And it's not great, but we look cool and we got big Goku hair, so
Yeah,
come on,
that's right.
folks.
He did. He had Goku hair and everything. Didn't he have glasses too?
Yeah, I think he had big old
Yeah, like what kind of
bug shades.
star these days would have the balls to have glasses? Nobody. Name
Nobody.
one.
Nobody. All the stars of today are letting the sun get into their eyes.
Well, I let this case hit the floor.
Agreed. OTEP. No
Who the fuck
knowledge.
knows? I don't even.
Linkin Park.
The biggest. The biggest of the new metal era.
I listened to a couple of their albums. I'd listen to it while I was playing Twisted Metal Black on the PlayStation 2. And that's a good memory. Would never listen to them now, but at the time,
Me either.
in the place, I got it. Cold Chamber. No idea.
I've never heard that.
Me neither.
Ever.
Mudvayne.
I liked Mudvayne.
Okay, don't know it.
They were pretty cool, actually.
Right on.
At the time, anyways. They had that song. The song was called Dig. That was the song title.
Dig. Mudvayne.
Yeah.
Is that you use that to dig?
Yeah, they were
to know
all.
where to dig for good mud.
They were into the Terra, the
Tarot
soil,
cards.
the soil.
Oh, the Terra.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Kind of fixated on that.
Gotcha. Jay, next up. Can you just give me a chun 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 chun? Hate that song. Love that intro, man. That's
Really?
You can't deny that.
I think I like the I
That's
like
the
that
best
part.
That's the best part.
I didn't like the ooh.
I wouldn't like that on its own, but when you follow it up with it's like, all right.
Hey man, we're recording. This is the single. You need to have the lyrics done. You're the singer.
Oh, okay.
Your job isn't that hard.
Ooh, and then it needs something else. Oh, okay. And then also he goes, "Oh shit."
Like maybe that whole time he was just fucking around, didn't know that they were recording.
Maybe.
And the producer, the engineer's like, "Hey, we're recording, by the way." It's like,
Oh, shit. Oh, you know what? Keep that in, but don't keep in me saying this.
First take. Keep it all.
Yeah, old Disturbed. Biggie hated it,
Hit it.
but do love that intro. Deftones covered them. They don't want to go to sleep, but they are very tired. I think Deftones are awesome. The first couple albums. And here's another one that for me, new metal all-stars. Old Soad, S-O-A-D, System of a Down. Listen to every album. Still do. Listen to a System of a Down record about 4 weeks ago, I think. First concert I ever bought the ticket to go see. Love them. Think they're great. You can't handle it.
Can't handle it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to handle it. I don't want.
And boy, this list is ending with, to me, the Mount Newmore. Slipknot.
I like Slipknot.
Their lyrical content is "We are evil clowns."
Yeah. That's pretty much the whole extent of it.
Yeah.
They do sing about Marlon Brando.
Do they?
Yeah. They said you can't see California without Marlon Brando's eyes. Which, of course, is
Yes, you can.
completely fucking meaningless.
I have seen California. I've seen it.
Yeah, but you didn't see how Marlon Brando saw it.
Well, but don't tell me I can't. That makes me mad.
How mad?
Then we got, I would say, the big three.
Big three, okay.
Limp Bizkit,
Mm.
Bizkit,
Yeah.
Mount Newmore.
Yeah.
fucking suck. They suck so bad. They are terrible. And
I really only like Break Shit from them. It's the one from them that I actually like. Aside from that, yeah, I don't know.
I think they somehow became the ultimate poster child, and what is what everybody thinks that all of nu metal was. They think all of nu metal is, it's just one of those days.
The super whiny voice.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're forgetting that System of a Down, again, out there singing about why can't politicians be trees.
Why do they always send the po' boys?
Love a po' boy. Have you ever had a po' boy?
Shrimp po' boy is one of my favorites.
Oh my god.
Hell,
Oh my God. And they finally are making it here to where we live in the world.
What are you talking about?
It'll be revealed for the first time ever that, and you know what? We're on episode 9. I'm no longer scared of the Canadian podcasters.
We've beaten them now.
Metaphile Studios is located in sunny Nashville, Tennessee. And I have gotten po' boys in Nashville twice in the past year.
Huh.
You couldn't find them here before that. But boy, oh, po' boy, you can find them now, and they are very good, I guarantee.
Well, you're going to have to disclose that information to me off mic.
I certainly will.
I could use a po' boy right now. I could tear into a po' boy with a chainsaw.
You could break stuff, the stuff being a po' boy.
Mm-hmm.
You break it with your teeth and tongue.
I could skin its ass raw.
God, I hate Fred Durst.
Because right now I'm dangerous. What do you got?
All right. Wrapping up the essential bands and what we think of them. Kid Rock.
That's not nu metal. Well,
He absolutely,
sort of nu metal.
absolutely nu metal. And
I never think of him.
arguably even more embarrassing than Limp Bizkit.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Because, like, they made stupid music and then kind of went away. He made stupid music and kept doing it and started having restaurants.
Yeah.
And do I like to say, ball with the ba, the b,
Da bang, diggy, diggy, up chuck the boogie.
Do I like saying that? Yes. Is it? No, it is not. Ba with the ba versus
Mm-hmm.
clean contest.
You can look up that Kid Rock song, Ba with the Ba, lyrics on Google, and it'll spell that out. I don't think it'll spell out
You can't. It can't be spelled.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay.
And last but not least,
Yeah.
saved for last because they were the first, and what we know as the nu metal sound came from Korn with a K.
Yeah.
They invented it.
And, in my opinion, and you're the best.
Were the masters
Yeah,
of it. I
the
absolutely agree.
Yeah.
Heard songs by them as a kid. Always thought it was weird and cool. Never really followed up. But when you hear, you're like, that sticks with you.
Sure does.
Then you would play me a lot of them before this podcast even started. And I was like, I think I may have missed something here. And I listened to 2 of their albums in this past week. And I am a fan. I am a full-fledged fan. They are unique as hell. And
Yeah, I would agree.
And their attempts to merge hip-hop and heavy and other things come from a true place to me.
Yeah, I agree with all that you just said. And God told me 2 things. First is that I already got the life. Second is that it's time for Leia Playas. Okay?
God said it. How am I supposed to argue with that?
Leia Playas. This episode of Leia Playas. So, okay, take Celebrity Apprentice and take The Masked Singer and combine them. And so what you have is a reality podcast where celebrities let's limit it to musicians or artists.
Sure.
For an episode of the podcast, have to come together from all walks of the genres of music we know today, we know and love.
New metal,
Post
grunge, Dave Matthews.
Bro, you talking like that's 30 years ago.
Oh, those are just the 3 genres I know.
No, all the current people, okay?
Oh.
Bring them all together, and they all have to write a new metal song. Presided over by a panel of judges, incling Jonathan Davis,
sure, your
Fred
Serge
Durst,
Tankians.
and keep them out of it. And all the other, and they did judge, okay, along with like that celebrity panel, and also just have like 35 to 40-year-old random people who are still wearing Jinko jeans and still love new metal. They'd also be judges on the podcast. But yeah, it'd be called New Metal. That'd be the podcast.
Oh. N-U. I think just call it New.
New. Yeah.
But, okay. You got your panel. You got Jonathan Davis. You got Fred Durst. You got whoever the guy is who says click, click, boom. You got whoever the guy is who says,
Yeah.
Which of them gets to say you're fired or what is the you're fired? Because honestly, that's what people watched.
Yeah.
I think that's the main reason people watched. So
Well,
what is the you're fired of New and who gets to say it?
Click, click, boom is the fired.
Yeah.
Probably
razor.
with an attendant finger gun. Yeah.
So the saliva guy gets to say it.
Yeah. I guess so.
Fred
Taylor
Durst
Swift.
is going to be so mad.
Yeah, it'd be like the end of the episode. Taylor Swift. Click, click, boom. And she'd be like, I had a fun time. Thank you for having me on New.
I mean, I do want to hear Taylor Smith's new metal album, so...
Tater Smith? Tater Swift? Yeah.
So instead of we'll be right back this week, click, click, boom.
Click, click, boom.
And we're back.
Ugh.
Oh, shit. And,
It'd be funny to get like one of those text to voice programs to just copy and paste the lyrics from that song into the...
have 2 phones, and one is recording and one is playing that song.
Yeah. Ooh,
Yeah, if we had known that we would end up there, we could try it live on mic, but next episode
Well,
maybe.
fun activity that the listeners can do at home.
That's true. Yeah, go ahead and buy a second phone at home and let us know how it turns out.
Listen to what we say.
Jay, let's not to go straight to another list, but let's go straight to a game. I came up with a little game for you.
I'm ready.
And it's following a similar format to the last time that we played a game. I have got here a list of 20 deep cut new metal bands, and I made up 10 for a total of 30. And I want you to try and guess which ones are real and which ones are fake.
This is going to be real tough. I can tell you that.
It will, because every band name is just made up, so it's going to be hard.
Well, I mean, what's the wager here? Because I don't know. I'm not comfortable betting too much on this.
Yeah, I don't think we need to make the stakes too high, because I do think this is a tough game. But what do you think?
Honestly, I'm not gonna be good at this. I'm not gonna wager shit.
Look, let's just play.
Yeah.
Let's just play.
The wager is it won't be a complete fucking waste of time.
So here we go. 30 new metal bands. 20 of them are real.
Okay.
Here we go. Wargasm. Spelled exactly like you'd think.
Real.
Wargasm is real. Ultra Spank.
Fake.
Incorrect. That's real. Scrape, spelled S-K-R-A-P-E. Scrape.
Fake.
Incorrect.
These really are deep cuts.
Yeah. And this is,
Shit.
we talked about the Mount Newmore. These are the also rans.
Yeah.
And I listened to a lot of this stuff.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, if I'm doing the research, I'm going to go deep.
I'm sorry, man.
And I can tell you that Ultra Spank and Scrape, not good.
Where are they now? Season 38. All right.
Issues.
Real. Slightly remember that one.
Correct. Switched, spelled SW the number 1, and then the rest of the word switched.
Real.
Switched 1.
Yeah.
Correct.
I wouldn't demean you to positing that you're capable of that lunacy.
But what we're learning here is that you spell scrape with a K, you spell switched with a 1.
Yeah.
Sugar coma.
Real.
You knew that.
It's somewhere deep in that gray goo in the back of my brain. It's in there.
The name of this game is Band Names Are Bad.
Band names are bad.
And new metal band names. It's Band Names Are Bad new metal edition. Spine Shank.
Oof.
Yeah! Spine Shank!
Fake.
Incorrect.
I just wanted it to be fake.
No, yeah. That'd be nice.
More than
wouldn't
I wanted to win, I wanted that to be fake. All right.
Here's another one probably in that same category. Maximum the Hormone.
Real.
Yes, sir. Snot.
Real.
Yep.
Saliva. It's not.
Sure.
They were trying to jump on that mucus bandwagon, that secretion bandwagon.
Definitely. And you'd think from that band name, like, Snot's album cover is probably going to be really, really rad. It was like an English bulldog with an orange on its perched on its nose. It was so not. Carnivool, spelled Karnivool. Carnivool.
Slightly remember that.
That one is real, and I listened to it, and sure enough, it did kind of sound carnival. It was like new metal carnival music. It wasn't good, but
even worse than.
It sounded bad,
Man.
but I was at least like, you guys, as advertised.
So, well, I mean, obviously, they're deep cuts, but they were signed by some record labels at the time.
I mean, they all made it to the Wikipedia list of new metal bands, and most of them were clickable, so.
Grim. Grim.
It was a long list, too, by the way. Stray from the Path.
I want to go with real.
You're right. Slapshock.
Real.
That is real, and probably, to me, the best one.
Slapshock.
Slapshock's kind of cool.
Oh! What's their album cover?
Didn't look it up.
Somebody slapping a bulldog? Slapping an orange off a bulldog's head?
Is an answer to snot. Slapshock, an answer to snot.
Slapknot.
Slapknot.
Slap snot. Slap shock.
Slipknot slaps not. That's like a pretentious music
Yeah.
reviewer.
Victorian English people discussing new metal bands. I do apologize, but Slipknot slaps not.
Quiet.
Right.
Mad at Gravity.
I'm gonna go with fake.
No, Jay, that's real.
Mad at Gravity.
Mad at Gravity.
Damn it.
Oh, fuck. I had big ol' ice cream cone. Fucking gravity.
I'm gonna start a new metal band. So hard.
Next up, Jeff Killed John.
It's just getting harder. Real.
Jeff Killed John is real. Dead, spelled D-E-D. Dead.
Fake.
Real. Destroy the Runner.
Real.
Yeah. Somebody not a fan of jogging and just...
They're all just overweight. Every band member. No running at our shows.
They go, ooh, ah, 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 Hang on. Oh, shit. Kill to this. Kill, I, Roman numeral. Kill to this.
Real.
Correct.
I just didn't think you'd... Why would you come up with that, right? You know? Why would anybody come up with that?
Flaw.
Real?
Flaw is real, spelled normal. Not bad.
Right.
Not bad. Oh, I mean, like, not a bad band name.
Oh.
I didn't listen to him. Crazy Town.
Fake?
Nope, that's real.
No. Hey guys, we're in Crazy Town.
We're gonna take y'all to where we live. A little place called the Crazy Town. Guano apes.
Fake.
You know I'm a big fan of all things simian. Guano Apes is a real band.
Damn.
The Letter Black.
I think that's real. It sounds familiar.
That's real. Fuck off.
Yeah.
The Letter Black.
Yeah.
Get
Well,
out
that's
of
like
here.
the number 12 looks like you. That's a
What?
band name.
Is that referring to one person?
Maybe it was...
Because two people could look like the letter 12. You and I could do it right now.
Well, that's 21.
No.
That's like a fucked up 21.
12. Oh, should I be going this way?
Yeah. Well, I mean from... Wait. Yeah,
Raging Speedhorn.
fake.
Real.
God damn it.
But
Are there any fake, by the way? We're halfway through the list. There's no fake bands here.
Jay, Raging Speedhorn is real. But that doesn't sound like they should be playing like Motley Crue. Like Raging Speedhorn's
so.
like something you listen to in your El Camino. That's not a new metal band. Not Motley
El
Crue. That was
Camino.
a bad example. What's like a 70s like that kind of shit.
Thin Lizzy, I guess.
Sure, something like that. That's what Raging Speedhorn should be.
That's not... Yeah, you're right.
1,000-Foot Crutch. The word crutch spelled with a K.
Real. That was a Christian band.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
1,000-foot crutch.
Yeah, that wouldn't work.
This ain't help me at all. I gotta lug this shit around. I got a bum leg.
I mean, you couldn't walk into a Starbucks. You have to angle it from a block and a half away.
1,000 feet.
1,000 feet crutch. Down the sun, no spaces. Down the sun, no spaces. All one word. Down the sun.
Real. Yeah.
That's real. Finger tight.
Fake.
Nope, that's real too.
Jesus. Finger tight.
My Ruin.
Real.
That's correct. I would have bet that one was also a Christian band, but
No. I mean, that's... I never heard that one at all.
Rise with a Z. R-I-Z-E. Rise. Rise.
I can go with real.
That's real. Zebra Head.
Fake.
Real.
Mm.
And Jay,
Yeah.
last but not least,
Yeah.
Hamlet.
Real?
Real.
So there's no fake in the whole
There was
list?
not a single fake one. All of those were real.
Yeah.
Because new metal doesn't play by fucking rules.
Oh my
Hamlet.
gosh.
Jay, Hamlet.
Hamlet.
I'm pretty sure that's taken.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fucked up, man. You know, life's always got to be messing with me.
Yeah. I just wanted... There were just too many good ones. I was like, I'm just going to read 30 bad, real, actual band names. Why make them up?
I think as much as the anger rises up in me, It's like, ooh. I'm going to do a Rust Bowl ding. It's a pretty good idea. Pretty funny. At my expense, pretty funny.
Well, it was just to remind
Illustrate the
you
absurdity.
and the listeners that new metal doesn't play by your rules, man.
It certainly doesn't. It certainly doesn't.
We haven't even talked about new metal and what the world thought of it, and it's a big, big topic.
Well, the world embraced it. As we said, it was all over the place. It was so popular, which is so bizarre considering the content.
Yeah.
Was everybody just really angry at the time?
I can tell you how long the world embraced new metal for, Jay.
Too long.
Arguably too long.
Certainly.
A research-heavy episode, which tends to be something we're trying to shy away from, but it's just a lot to cover here.
Quite a fascinating topic. Again, just the fact that it got so popular and it was so ubiquitous at the time.
Yeah.
It's just so strange.
This is a topic that we realized after we chose it that we're both slightly too interested in to be shooting for yucks here. We both just are interested in new metal as a thing, as a cultural relic, and
It's this, strange artifact of a strange time.
yeah. So maybe folks are not busting their guts on this episode, but hopefully we got music fans, listeners who are like, oh, I didn't know about Ultra Spank, and now I do.
I'm sure the Gut Bust fans are loving it too.
By the way, Gut Bust, great new metal band name.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. They're like, oh, I remember that band. It was pretty good.
That was your joke.
Yeah.
See, we're
Big laugh.
yeah, we're so in new metal that I didn't even recognize a joke when it hit me. That's what this style of music.
It's like it's clouding our brain.
Not a lot of sense of humor in new metal.
No. I mean, it's... Ugh. We just got to get our boogie on.
And the way that we're going to get our boogie on for the next couple of minutes is I'm going to give a quick rundown, Jay, if you'll allow it, of some of the highest charting and selling new metal albums. In 1998, Korn was the first quote-unquote new metal band. Number one on the Billboard charts, 5 times platinum with their second album. 1999, number one again, 3 times platinum with their 4th album.
That's so crazy.
Again, and this list is decent. New metal was the thing. For its moment in the sun, it shone bright.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Limp Bizkit, number one on Billboard, 7 times platinum. Number one on Billboard, 6 times platinum. First week of their album, Chocolate Starfish and the Hot Dog Colored Whatever Water, went platinum in 1 week.
Platinum Grammys. We don't know what the fuck we're doing. It's the early 2000s. Everything's crazy. We've gone insane.
Godsmack, 1998, goes 4 times platinum. Platinum, by the way, in case I had to look it up to make sure. Do you know what it means for a record to go platinum?
1 million.
1 million records sold equals platinum. Kid Rock, Devil Without a Cause, which home of Ba With Da Ba,
Yeah.
11 times platinum. Slipknot, self-titled, 2 times platinum. Stained, 2 times platinum. Later, 5 times platinum. Papa Roach, 2 bands that weren't even on the list. Huge.
Do you think all the record executives this entire period were just like, hey, I don't know.
Yeah.
This is what people are buying. I just I don't know. Sign them.
Yeah.
Just sign them.
Hey, Slapshock, what do you got?
Yeah. Do you think that
switched with a 1 instead of an I? Bring it in.
The record executive just leaves their house in the morning? All right, honey, I'll see you later. I got to go to the fucking insane asylum that I call work now. I don't know what the fuck is happening. I just sit at my desk and say, okay,
But let me tell you, honey, it's not one of those days for me, because we're buying a summer home this year. Slipknot, double platinum. Stain, double platinum. Papa Roach, Disturbed, double platinum. POD, many times platinum. Linkin Park, you earlier said they were the most. Jay, Linkin Park's album Hybrid Theory, 12 times platinum, the best-selling debut album by any artist in any genre of the 21st century. That is a record that will never be taken away from them.
Well, I don't know about that.
In the 21st century.
This is the 21st century.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it came out in the 21st century, right?
Oh, well then.
Yeah, it did.
Fuck Linkin Park.
Still fucking ridiculous that to this day, 2 decades later. Fucking stupid.
So that's all sales and charts and things that aren't real in a way, but it does speak to just how fucking prevalent nu metal was.
Yeah. Bizarre.
How could we not do an episode that's not necessarily that funny? We're talking about something real here. Real feelings, real emotions.
Is he a con man? Is he just me? No, man, no.
New.
Colonel Kurtz starts a new metal album.
Yeah, Colonel
metal
Kurtz
band.
with a umlaut.
Yeah.
Kurtz. That's a good new metal band name.
Sure. Hey, apparently whatever the fuck you want, the new metal.
Whatever you want. And you don't even have to spell it correctly.
Yeah.
That's something if I could sit all the new metal bands down. I'd be like, hey, fellas, like...
A, B, C, D.
I mean, you know, some of you are lyric writers. You should care about words. And
some of you guys are lyric writers.
That deserves to be in quotes. Yeah, isn't it... I don't know if sad is the word, but the fact that you could call Fred Durst a songwriter seems wrong.
It is. Doesn't seem wrong. It is.
It's like Bob Dylan and Fred Durst have the same job title.
And Fred Durst probably got more fucking platinums too. For fuck's sake. I mean, it's just a phenomenon, really. It's just a phenomenon.
Yeah.
It's just such a bizarre, and like you said, it is a short candle that burned.
And let me tell you how short. I looked up new metal as it relates to Ozfest. I think it would be fair to say that around the turn of the century, Ozfest was where the metalhead would... That is their mecca.
Yeah.
Ozfest is mecca for the metalhead. And I have the stats of how many new metal bands played at Ozfest for how many number of years. Okay?
I think that's a clever metric there to pick out. Good work there.
Thank you. Thank you. So, prior to 1997, no new metal bands ever played at Ozfest. It didn't exist yet.
Yeah.
In 1997, 4 out of the 14 bands that played main and second stage at Ozfest were new metal. 4 out of 14. In 97.
Okay.
In 1998, all of these will be the bands that played at the main or second stage of Ozfest.
Gotcha. Okay.
In 1997, 4 of the 14 bands that played at Ozfest were new metal. In 98, 8 of 16. Half. In 2000, 17 out of 22 bands that played at Ozfest were new metal bands.
The other was Dave Matthews Band. That's right.
Every dog has his day.
The space between.
In 2001, 12 out of 17 bands at Ozfest were new metal bands. The regular metal bands didn't stand a chance.
Yeah.
In 2002, 14 out of 27.
They all had their correct grammar and shit like that and spelling. Like
Metallica. They spelled it right. Say what you will about that band, and I could. That's a whole fucking episode. But
new metal, imprisoning me. All that I hear. Fuck, what is happening?
02, 14 out of 27. 03, 9 out of 23 bands.
What the fuck? Does it come back up?
In 2004,
What the fuck?
in 2004, Jay.
Yeah.
We began in 1997.
Mm-hmm.
In 2004, 2 out of 21 bands,
What the fuck, man?
second stage. 0 new metal bands play main stage at Ozfest by 2004. That's the window.
Again, just a complete phenomenon. 5 years.
It exploded.
Give or take,
in
5, 6.
2001, they had the proper metal outnumbered.
Mm-hmm. Running for the hills. Run to the hill. Maybe we should do an episode on disco, because I feel like maybe disco is kind of the same.
Ooh, I love
same
it.
thing, right?
I love it. And in terms of album sales and stuff, by 2003, the sales are dropping. By the mid 2000s, new metal was dead,
Yeah.
replaced by emo. Your wheelhouse.
Dark times ended. The darkest before the light. And the light came out. That was emo music. Yeah. No, emo was its own thing that had plenty of shitty stuff to it as well.
We ever gonna do
Nah.
episode emo? Because you don't want me to make fun of all your favorite bands, and I will be for sure.
I take back the Russ Paul ding. I take it back. I don't want to do this. Can we cut the camera?
You can't.
Cut.
You can't take back a ding. Oh, I guess literally there is precedent that you can.
No, I'm just joking.
All right.
I know it's shitty myself. I know.
No, but listen. Everything's shitty. Every band that ever happened
Not
is,
this podcast.
is shitty. No, every band.
Oh, okay.
Every band that ever happened is shitty.
Not corn.
Not to me.
Not what was it? Snot.
Oh well, yeah. No, they're the only ones. But everybody out there hates something that I like.
Yeah. Well, they shouldn't.
You hate System of a Down.
Well, no. I mean, just everybody should stop liking things that I don't like.
Yeah. But at least if there's one thing we can all agree on, it is that Snot. They're the Beatles of music.
We all live in a green submarine.
Click, click, boom. And we're back. New metal, segment 3. Why new metal?
A great mystery of the universe.
A great mystery, but one that we must answer. And it's funny with music genres. Why is a different why than Ziploc bags, certainly. It's that people hear a thing and then they kind of sound a little bit like that thing, and then a bunch of people sound like that. I think if you don't have Korn, you don't have new metal. I think if you don't have Helmet, you don't have Korn. We could go on and on.
All the way back.
All the way back to...
All the way back to Woody...
Allen.
Woody Allen. No. What? I was
Guth-
trying to think of like the
Guthrie?
oldest fucking rock and roll dude I can think of. My brain is consumed. My being is consumed by new metal right now. So
Yeah, that certainly contributes to why this episode is going to be whatever it is that, like, we've spent a week just hearing...
it has an effect on you.
It does. Yeah. I'm not going to go so far as to say that it could cause me to actually break things in my real life. Other than my own podcast, arguably.
I want to I don't know. I kind of want to break a new Michael here.
I give you permission.
Really?
Yeah. I think it would be appropriate to the episode. If you think you can. I don't think new Michael.
Oh, I don't think it's gonna happen.
I don't think
Plastic's
so.
really hard.
Plastic's really hard. You know what's hard?
What?
Like, we're talking hard rock and stuff like that. You know what's really
Cement
hard?
floor?
You know what's really hard? Plastic.
New metal?
Plastic metal. New plastic.
Hey,
Oh.
oh, there it goes. I was gonna say, give me something to break.
Pop the corpse up here so people can see.
Yeah. I kind of feel bad for breaking it. Kind of was cool with the eyes that popped out. That was kind of cool.
Yeah. Glue it back together. But also, it's a record of Metaphiles 009, our victory lap over the Canadians. Why new metal? For me, I could never have become a true new metal fan because even though I like heavy music, I was never that mad about anything, like kind of ever in my life.
You have to be a little bit.
You sort of do. Like, that's kind of why I like System of a Down more than other new metal stuff, is A, I think they had a sense of humor, and B, the things they were mad about is why aren't politicians trees? And like, I can get to that. But I don't have angst. And you have to have angst to really like new metal. You have to have angst. I don't consider you to be a very angsty person either. You're emo sometimes.
It's not the same thing.
Not the same.
But well, then why was it? Why did it account for over 50 platinum records?
Yeah, why? And what did people have to be so angsty about? Turn of the century, Y2K was coming up.
Yeah.
Scary.
Y2K was just hilarious. I don't know. Do you think Y2K fed into new metal at all?
Well, I wouldn't have, but again, in preparation for this episode, I watched an HBO documentary about Woodstock '99, which was heavily new metal influenced. Fascinating documentary, by the way. I absolutely recommend it to anybody.
And it was right at the peak of Y2K.
Absolutely. And they specifically cited Y2K as like having a lot to do with why that festival went the way it went.
Interesting, really.
Yeah, I was scared of Y2K, but I was 9 years old, so I was scared of everything, basically. But yeah, I mean, evidently, according to this documentary,
That's so funny.
people were freaked out, and the way to be less freaked out was Fred Durst.
was to listen to this album called The Chocolate Starfish and Hot Dog Water or something like that.
Worst album name of all time.
Yeah.
But yeah, people were freaked out about Y2K. Grunge had like, from everything I have ever been told,
It was over by then.
it was, but we were in the very recent shadow of it. And from everything I've ever heard from music people, grunge truly like wiped the slate clean.
You're right. Hair metal and general 80s music had really run its course, and I kind of feel like that's somewhat like today, honestly. I think the shit that's going on now is kind of run its course.
Yeah, we need a
clean slate.
newer metal.
Newer metal.
80s music gets really convoluted. Grunge happens and kind of like condenses everything, solidifies it, brings it back to its basics.
Yeah, it says this is all bullshit.
Yeah.
Let's do like the real shit.
And then that like gets this harsh guillotine cutoff. Kurt Cobain's dead. I'm 4 years old. You would have been 6?
I don't know. 7.
And it's like, well, okay. I guess we could do post grunge. I guess now we could have Creed.
That's how Creed made it big. The record execs were like, all right, is there anybody just waiting around? Is there just who's next in line? Like, is there anybody? Just bring him in. Okay, sure. Scott Stapp.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah, so yeah, sure, that's a singing voice that people actually want to hear.
Yeah, I mean, literally karaoke Eddie Vedder.
Yeah.
But so it's like people are looking for something new, but also like things are going well. There's like not really that much to rebel against. Like the economy is good. Overall, people like Bill Clinton. There's not really the thing that typically fosters a rock and roll attitude.
Not like in the 60s or something like that. Yeah.
But then, a young boy from blank state, I want to say California, says, well, I have an idea.
And somebody did this.
And Korn is born. And Korn are fucking awesome. Meanwhile, you've also got like this kind of first time melding of people are listening to hip hop and rock and all kinds of music. Not for the first time, but sort of for the first time in mainstream. Hip hop is hitting the suburbs and shit like that. But
End result, new metal?
End result, new metal. And...
But why?
Of the bands that became labeled as new metal,
Yeah.
I've got here a list of bands who since have rejected the genre tag and since have defended it. So even, and some of them, same band. So even new metal doesn't exactly know why new metal.
Yeah.
Korn said, we're not new metal. We started sounding like something, and then a bunch of other stuff sound like that, and then they called it new metal, and so they said we're that.
That's a good point. He didn't wake up one day and was like, I'm going to start new metal.
No. And it's going to have an umlaut.
And it's going to have an umlaut.
Jonathan Davis didn't say that. Slipknot said, we're not new
Something
metal.
takes umlaut of me.
Beautiful.
Thanks, man.
Slipknot
said the same
said,
thing?
we're not new metal. We like metal. And we like wearing clown masks. Stained said they're not even new metal.
Fuck
Deftones, we're not new metal. Linkin Park, we're not new metal. Disturbed said, we're not new metal. Oh shit.
You know what happened is Ozfest 2005 rolled around and they saw the writing on the wall. And they said, we're not new metal.
Maybe.
No?
Maybe.
New metal? Is that any... How do you spell that? Is there an umlaut? New metal? They disowned it.
Limp Bizkit,
Yeah.
disowned. The guitarist.
They wouldn't do that for the Nookie.
And they, before that, they had done everything for the Nookie. But they wouldn't do that.
All things.
I
Really.
would do anything for a nookie, but I wouldn't do...
Meatloaf, not a new metal band.
No, it wasn't spelled M33T.
Now, Jay, bands who defend new metal.
Okay.
Guess what? Korn. A couple years later, Jonathan Davis goes, if people want to say that we invented a genre of music, sure. Yeah, okay, we did. Linkin Park comes back around. Says,
In the end,
if people... in the end, it does matter. If people think that us bringing a hip-hop influence to heavy music, yeah, we did. And we meant it. Coal Chamber, earlier mentioned.
the Cold Chamber?
The Coal Chamber.
The Great? I don't even fucking...
Says, hair metal was cheesy. And we were part of a scene that was breaking ground by bringing in a lot of different influences. And lastly, Billy Corgan of Smashing Pumpkins, solidly not a nu metal band, says
Absolutely not.
that the cross-pollination that good nu metal achieved had important musical and cultural implications, and it should be looked at as that.
On a podcast, deeply,
Yeah.
comprehensively.
You're welcome, Billy Corgan. A lot of nu metal bands, Limp Bizkit, I think being one of them, go on tour with Eminem and Exhibit, bringing
Sure.
metal to a hip-hop audience.
Yeah, sure.
Nu metal did do good, real things.
Perhaps the most bizarre of all that we've discussed this evening. Did do good things. Okay.
So,
I mean, allegedly. Okay.
allegedly, according to Billy Corgan. We should check in with Billy Corgan every episode moving forward.
Wait, that's me.
Billy, what do you think of helicopters?
Yeah. Go time. Billy. Yeah.
Ask him about helicopters.
What do you think of helicopters?
What did he say? What did he say? What did he say?
All right. I'll talk to you
Tell him
later,
I'm here.
man.
Tell him I'm here. Tell him I'm here.
His mom just died. So, he likes helicopters, though.
Today is the greatest day of your life.
You gotta do
Yeah,
karaoke, man.
I guess today was not for him.
Well, my thoughts go out to him.
All right, on this same subject, Jay, where there's a lot to talk shit on nu metal. But
Dude, we've been talking shit about it this whole time.
I know, but also I wanted to in the third segment come back around a little bit. Here's a quote from Trevor Barker of The Guardian. Bands such as Linkin Park, Korn, and the ever much reviled Limp Bizkit did far more to break down the artificial barriers between quote-unquote urban music and rock than any of their more critically acceptable counterparts.
Huh.
Why nu metal? Is that why?
I agree with those hypotheses.
Yeah.
It's true. I mean, somebody had to do it.
Yeah.
You could say. It had to be nu metal.
It could be argued that I got into hip-hop because of nu metal. It could absolutely be said. I first heard the Wu-Tang Clan because they put out an album where they did a bunch of their songs with rock musicians, one of them being System of a Down. Would I have heard them at some point in my life without that? Probably, but it might have taken me years.
Valuable time. You would have lost valuable time.
So, nu metal, dicey genre. A lot of bad stuff. But
It's an enigma.
it's an enigma.
It's a fucking enigma. There's no...
But in some ways, I think it did achieve
It's
its
inexplicable.
intent.
Well,
And
I would agree with that completely, yeah. It had twisted fucking intent, but it achieved it.
dude, it was twisted. It was sick.
Yeah.
It was out there. On top of why, we also determine, does it go in the drawer?
Yeah.
And there's a lot about nu metal that I do want to be in the drawer. But Korn, System of a Down, Deftones, bands who are truly unique in the oeuvre of rock and roll and arguably other genres of music. I think when nu metal hits, it hits. And when it misses, it also taught me something,
Yeah.
which is I don't like Limp Bizkit. I don't like Evanescence. I know for myself the boundaries of what makes good or bad rock and roll. So I say, on the whole, nu metal, thumbs up from Zach Caffrey.
Safely out of the drawer.
Safely out.
Okay. For me, I really nailed it with this. Somebody had to do it. Can't blame him for that. Somebody had to do it. Whatever the fuck that was. So, out of the drawer. Strange time in history. The early 2000s.
Absolutely. Y2K.
Things were going...
Spider-Man movies.
Things were going off the walls, ricocheting. Somebody had to coagulate into something that said something real.
Yeah.
Okay. And somebody said, finally, in all that chaos, ooh, oh shit.
We'll end with a quote from Mr. Fred Durst himself.
Fred Durst. God rest his soul. He's not dead.
From the desk of Fred Durst. New metal let people open up, and it meant something to people. It really did. And this is the part of the sign-off that I say.
This is the part of the sign-off that I say. It means something to people. It really did. January 1st, 2005. Death of new metal.
Hey, this is Zach Caffrey,
This is Jason Ford.
and we're the hosts of Metaphiles, the podcast that you just finished watching and technically are still watching. And while you're here, if you could, just go ahead and like this episode, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave a comment if you're so inclined. Maybe the comment could be about, and then it'll say whatever the topic was that week. So this is that.
Metaphiles.